Imagine this. Someone messages you and says, "Hey, I'm in your area. Can I stop by for a bit?" For some people, that sounds exciting, but for others, their stomach instantly tightens. Their mind starts racing. They look around the house, notice every little mess, and suddenly feel a strange mix of stress, irritation, and anxiety. They might even hope the guest cancels. If you've ever felt this way, you're not strange, rude, or antisocial. In fact, there's a fascinating psychological reason why some people secretly dread having guests. And today, we're going to explore what's really happening inside the mind when the doorbell rings, where we explore the hidden psychology behind everyday human behavior. At first glance, dreading guests might seem like simple introversion. Many people assume that if someone doesn't enjoy visitors, it must mean they're shy or socially anxious. But the truth is much more complex. Some of the people who dread guests the most are actually very friendly, social, and capable in public settings. They can enjoy conversations, laugh with friends, and even host events occasionally. Yet when someone unexpectedly enters their personal space, something inside them feels disrupted. To understand this feeling, we first need to talk about what psychologists call psychological territory. Your home is not just a physical space, it's a mental space too. It's the one place where your brain feels fully off duty. Outside the home, we are constantly adjusting ourselves. At work, we manage impressions. In public, we monitor our behavior. Around strangers, we filter our thoughts. But when we return home, the brain finally relaxes, the mind lowers its guard. When a guest enters that space, even a welcome guest, the brain quietly switches back into performance mode. Suddenly, the home is no longer just a private sanctuary. It becomes a social environment again. The brain starts asking small questions. Is everything clean enough? Am I being a good host? Are they comfortable? Should I offer something? Do they feel awkward? Even if these thoughts happen subconsciously, they create mental pressure. This is why some people feel drained by guests, even when they genuinely like the person visiting. Another important psychological factor is predictability. Humans feel calm when they know what to expect. Routine helps the brain conserve energy. Many people develop quiet rituals at home. Maybe they relax on the couch in a certain way, walk around freely, or simply enjoy silence without feeling observed. Guests interrupt that rhythm. Suddenly the schedule changes, the quiet disappears. Conversations replace solitude. Even small things like deciding where to sit, what to talk about, or how long the visit will last can create subtle mental fatigue. For people who value calm environments, this disruption can feel overwhelming. Interestingly, research in psychology suggests that the brain processes social interaction as a form of cognitive work. Conversations require attention, emotional awareness, and constant interpretation of social signals. The brain reads facial expressions, tone of voice, pauses in conversation, and body language. All of this happens automatically, but it still consumes mental energy. When someone visits your home, that mental processing continues for the entire duration of the visit. And for people who are sensitive to mental overload, this can feel exhausting. Another surprising reason some people dread guests is the pressure to perform hospitality. Across many cultures, being a good host carries unspoken expectations. You're supposed to offer drinks, keep conversations flowing, make sure the guest feels entertained, and avoid awkward silence. Even if the guest doesn't expect these things, the host may still feel responsible. This invisible pressure can create anxiety long before the guest even arrives. Some people begin mentally preparing hours in advance. They start cleaning the house, organizing objects, planning what to say, and imagining possible scenarios. By the time the doorbell rings, they are already mentally tired. But there's another deeper psychological layer that often goes unnoticed. For many people, their home represents emotional control. It's the one environment where they can regulate their mood without interruption. They can think freely, move freely, and express themselves without judgment. Guests introduce unpredictability into that controlled space. Even small social dynamics can create tension. Maybe the guest stays longer than expected. Maybe the conversation becomes awkward. Maybe the host feels responsible for maintaining the atmosphere. The mind begins monitoring everything. And when the brain enters this monitoring mode, relaxation disappears. Some people also experience what psychologists call social energy imbalance. Everyone has a different threshold for social stimulation. Some individuals feel energized by interaction. Others slowly lose energy during prolonged conversations. This doesn't mean they dislike people. It simply means their brain processes social stimulation differently. For these individuals, guests can feel like emotional marathons. Even enjoyable conversations can slowly drain their mental battery. After the guest leaves, they may need quiet time alone to recharge. Another interesting reason some people dread guests involves something called boundary sensitivity. Certain personalities are highly protective of their personal boundaries. They value independence, privacy, and emotional space. Unexpected visits can feel like those boundaries are being crossed, even when the guest has good intentions. This doesn't mean the host is unfriendly. It simply means their brain is wired to protect personal space more strongly. But perhaps the most fascinating part of this psychology is the internal conflict many people feel. Someone might genuinely care about their friends and family. They might enjoy meaningful conversations and deep connections. Yet at the same time, they secretly hope visitors don't stay too long. This contradiction can make people feel guilty. They may think something is wrong with them for feeling relieved when guests leave. But this reaction is far more common than most people realize. Many individuals experience a sense of quiet relief the moment the door closes and the house becomes silent again. The brain finally returns to its natural resting state. The interesting thing is that modern life may be increasing this feeling. In the past, social visits were often planned and expected. Communities had slower routines, and people were accustomed to shared living spaces. But today, many people live more independently. Personal time has become more valuable. Homes are often designed as private retreats from busy, overstimulating environments. Because of this, interruptions feel more intense than they once did. There is also the influence of digital communication. Today, many conversations happen through messages or video calls, where people can control the timing and duration of interaction. You can respond when you feel ready. You can pause conversations easily, but physical visits remove that control. Once someone is in your home, social expectations take over. And that lack of control can make some people feel trapped in the interaction. But here's an important perspective shift. Dreading guests doesn't mean someone dislikes people. It often means they deeply value calm environments, personal boundaries, and mental space. In fact, many thoughtful, reflective individuals experience this exact feeling. Their minds simply process social environments more intensely. Understanding this can remove a lot of unnecessary guilt. Instead of seeing it as a personality flaw, it can be understood as a difference in psychological needs. Some people recharge through activity and interaction. Others recharge through quiet and solitude. Both are normal. What matters is learning to balance these needs without damaging relationships. Many people discover that setting gentle boundaries helps reduce the stress of hosting. Simple communication like planning visits in advance or setting clear time expectations can make social interaction feel far more comfortable. When the brain knows what to expect, anxiety decreases dramatically. And interestingly, when visits feel predictable and respectful of personal space, people often enjoy them much more because the brain is no longer in defensive mode. It can finally relax and enjoy the connection. So the next time someone feels that quiet tension when a guest announces they're coming over, it might not be rudeness or antisocial behavior. It might simply be the mind protecting the one space where it feels completely safe. And when we begin to understand these hidden psychological patterns, something powerful happens. We start seeing human behavior with more empathy, because behind many everyday reactions, there are deeper mental processes quietly shaping how we feel, think, and interact with the world. And here on Mind Patrons, that's exactly what we explore: the hidden psychology behind the behaviors people experience every day, but rarely stop to question.